What is up, YouTube? It is your boy Zoe coming back at you with some more World War II gameplay. And yo man, today I want to take a quick minute to talk about this basic training called Saboteur. This right here is by far the most overpowered thing in the whole entire game. I actually talked about it in my video yesterday that I would be making a video today about this. So if you guys was wondering what I was talking about, this right here is it. If you guys didn't know, Satchel charges are in the game, but a lot of people don't use them because of one simple thing, and that is used to be it had to hit the ground before you could explode it, but with this new basic training it changes all of that. So now you can explode it in the mid-air, you can explode it really anytime you want to as long as you're using Saboteur, and it works extremely well with something like Expeditionary. It works the best with that class only for the simple reason is you can supply and resupply your satchel charges off of dead enemies, and that is a beautiful thing, man. I know I get extremely frustrated in this game from shotgunners, man. That is one of the biggest complaints right now for me in this game, and there's really not a way to counter a really good shotgunner because usually they're tucked off in the corner, or now they got resistance where it's jamming radars, and it's just a very hard thing to overcome, especially because it usually is not the pellets from the shotguns that kill you, it's more than likely the fire and stuff like that. But with Saboteur and these satchel charges, it can change all of that. If you think, or if you're in a game with a few kids using a shotgun, it's simple, man. All you got to do is change your class to this, and before you run around any corners, just throw a C4 in there, and it will make the kids put the shotguns away pretty quick, because then it changes the whole game. They can't be right there up on you to kill you with the shotty because you got a C4 for them every single time, or a satchel charge. The reason I keep calling this the C4 is because it reminds me so much of Modern Warfare 3. Modern Warfare 3 was the best game for C4s since any Call of Duty. Well, maybe Black Ops 2 had some really good C4 action, but Modern Warfare 3 had an amazing C4 in it, and this is pretty much what it reminds me of. It reminds me a whole lot of the C4 from Modern Warfare 3, and it's just a very fun thing to use. Right now there's not a whole lot of overpowered stuff in the game. You got Duelist, that's a really overpowered thing if you guys didn't know. I don't know if you guys follow any kind of competitive Call of Duty, but Optic just recently got beat from another team using Duelist, that's the dual pistols, and it was an absolute funny thing to watch. But other than that, there's not really too much like truly overpowered stuff. I mean, some people could argue and say the sniping, but this right here on close quarter maps is your answer to a sniper. This is basically the answer to anything. Like straight up, this is like straight up the dictionary, bro. Like you got all the answers in this one basic training. If you're having trouble with campers, if you're having trouble with shotgunners, if you're having trouble with snipers, this right here will answer all them questions, man. It's a very fun thing to use. It's very overpowered, and if you guys wind up making a class and using it, please drop it down in the comments, man, and tell me exactly what you think about it. Do you think that it's broken? Do you think it needs to be nerfed? Or just give me your opinion. I know for a fact for the last 4 days, if you have ran up against me in Call of Duty World War II on PlayStation 4, you've had to take a satchel charge to the face a time or two if you're in my lobby, and that's just the cold hard truth, man, because I have been using this for 4 days now, and I've had so much fun with it. It is crazy. I know I really should have made the video about it when I made the Shifty video, but like I said, man, I just really didn't think a lot of people would gravitate towards this just because no one ever uses satchel charges, and even though there's a few videos out right now talking about it, not a lot of people are using it, and I find it crazy because it is so overpowered. We already know that the grenades, the explosions, stuff like that is just extremely powerful in this game, and there's not a real way to kind of get away from anything like that. So if you mix that in with something as powerful as the satchel charge, and you can throw it as far as a grenade, then it turns it into one of the most OP things in the whole entire game that is just so easy to use that it's absolutely crazy. So definitely go ahead and get this basic training. put it on expeditionary and give it a try, man, because you guys are gonna love it, especially if you loved any kind of C4 action in any of the other Call of Duties. Me and my boy Dizzle, I play with him daily, and he's been watching me use this for like 4 days now, and he is so ready to permanently unlock this right here just because he just prestiged and he doesn't have it. Like I said, no one really uses the satchel charges at all in this game, and even with the information being out right now and us talking about the correct way to use this, there's still not a lot of people doing it. So you're definitely gonna have one up on your opponent if you start using this, and it's all around just a very fun thing to do, man. So I highly recommend it, and I think that you guys will love it as well. I would never make a video about this if I didn't think that somebody would get some enjoyment out of it, or it could actually help somebody out, because I do know the frustration of the shotguns in this game. To me, the shotguns pisses me off so bad that it's crazy, especially here lately since the shotguns have got a buff. Man, it has been combat shoddy central, and especially on maps like Point du Shoddy. That thing right there, Point du Hoc, is the worst map out right now just because of people using the shotgun. It's pretty much like the Gustav cannon for the shotties, man. I mean, that's exactly what it is. It's like everybody snipes on Gustav, everybody shotguns on Point du Hoc, and it just gets extremely annoying. Even when I'm playing stuff like Gustav cannon, man, I still have been using these C4s. It's so much fun to throw one up on top of the train or top of the gunship or whatever it's called and just straight absolutely destroy kids' day. That is one of the best things I think that has ever been in this game so far. And I know that right now Call of Duty is getting to a point to where it's a little bit stale, it's a little bit tiring, like there's not a lot of just fun stuff in the game. So with this coming out, man, it does change the dynamic of the game, and it's gonna wind up changing how a lot of people play. So if I were you guys, man, I would go ahead and get on board right now and start trying it out, man. That way you can get good with it, you can take time to learn how to use it the correct way. The only negatives I will say about it is you will wind up killing yourself quite a few times from it, and it is also a little bit choppy when you're throwing it. It seems like for some reason there's some frame rate issues, especially when you're throwing it up a little bit higher, like it's a little choppy. But it is a very cool thing to use, and it will occasionally sometimes not explode exactly when it's supposed to, especially if you're using them back to back to back to back to back. I literally went on a 10 to 15 kill streak with nothing but the satchel charges, and it was so much fun, man. And I know that whoever was on the receiving end was probably a little heated, but hey, kids do me dirty with a shotgun all day long. Kids snipe me on very high kill streaks all day long. So when I find something fun for me to use, then you best believe your boy Zoe is gonna use it, man. But I really do appreciate all the love and support that you guys have been giving me, man. I woke up this morning and I looked, and my Shifty video just actually hit over 105 or 110 views, and I just put that up like 6 days ago. So I really appreciate all the love and support for everybody, man. If you're new to the channel, then welcome. I really appreciate you guys being here as well, and just thank you guys so much for showing me so much love, man. It really does mean a lot to me. But I do know that this video right here is coming up to the end, man. So it has been your boy Zoe, and I'm out. Peace.